Hello, back to center. All right, I'm just getting situated here. Pardon me, I have a little bit of a cold today. And so I am, my youngest son was just in here fussing, crying because his big brothers are getting to play a game that he isn't able to play yet. Hey, Megan, thanks for joining. So there's a possibility we might have some interruptions today, but we'll just do the best, right? Like most of us are moms, so we get it. Hey Molly, thanks for joining, love. Okay, I just wanted to finish posting. Okay, I think I posted there. Make sure, oh, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to go into the event really quickly and let them know that we are live. So, give me just a second. Thank you for your patience. Live now, come play. Okay. All right, who is ready to ditch their old bullshit stories? Yeah. So I'm pulling some content directly from my Back to Center program. It's an 8-week course. This is one of the modules that we are going to cover. Eyebrow situation happening. I love mindset. Mindset has literally been a saving grace of mine. I first learned about affirmations and doing mindset work. Molly raises her hand. She's ready to ditch those old bullshit stories. Hell fucking yeah, sister. Hey, Beth. Let's ditch some stories, ladies. Okay. So when we talk about getting rid of our old stories, I want to share with you how I first did it. I went through a really hard time in my relationship with my now husband. We had just had our first son, but we were not married at the time. And we ended up splitting up for a while. And I took that as an opportunity to just go inward and work on myself. And during that time, I discovered Louise Hay. If you have not read her book, You Can Heal Your Life, you definitely want to do that. Write that down. So yeah, let's make sure everybody has their pens and paper. You're gonna need some notes. I'm gonna be giving you guys some journal prompts. And if you do this work, like if you actually work through the questions that I give you to answer, you will have some massive revelations and you will have a tools moving forward to continually refer back to and utilize over and over again, because this process that I'm going to teach you is not just like a one-time, one and done thing. This is the practice that you come back to over and over and over and over again to transform, shift, transmute, eliminate all of the limiting beliefs that will come up as you move through life. Okay. Hi, hi, Linda. How are you? Okay. So I started doing affirmations. Affirmations are amazing. I love them. And I have learned how to take affirmations even deeper. And so I'm going to walk you through that process. But literally what I did for this year period of time where my now husband and I were split up was I did these affirmations like religiously every fucking day, all the time. I would literally repeat them as I was jogging and as I was driving, before bed, in the bath. Like I would look in the mirror and do mirror work, and I did all of these things, and I did it so religiously. And I did that for like a year, and then I stopped. I had really great results. I literally deleted some of that like really nasty mean girl voices out of my head. I mean, and my voice was really fucking mean. I used to tell me things like, you're broken, you're unlovable, you're stupid, you're not good enough, all the really horrible things that that inner mean girl voice can say to you. Mine did that. Mine said all of those things, and it held me back so much. I lived in such fear from going after my goals and my dreams. And to be honest, during that time frame of my life was when I actually had like the inspiration to become a life coach, which is so funny. But it took me like another 10 years before I actually did the thing. So don't be like me. Don't stop your work. So I want you, if you're on this training right now, or even if you watch this on the replay, I want you to commit to yourself. This is not for me. This is for you. And I want you to write in the comments right now, I commit. So do you agree to making this a daily practice? Are you committed to your dreams, to your desires, to having the life that you truly want? And are you committed to it? Are you really 100% fucking committed? Because this takes commitment, you guys. You can show up for this training, but if you don't do the work, you won't have the results. And I want you to have the results. I don't care that I'm doing this for free. Like, I want you to do this and make this a practice. Yes, Molly, you are committed to your dreams. I believe you, girl. I believe you. Okay. So let's talk about what some of these old stories might be. Okay. Oh, my nose might start running. Hold on. I apologize. My 3-year-old got me sick. He always drinks off of my cup. Okay. So let's talk about what some of these old stories might be. So some of them might look more surface level, right? They might be like, well, I would love, you might be saying, Carol, that's awesome. I would love to be committed to my dreams, but I don't have time, or I don't have the money, or my partner doesn't support me, or I'm too scared to get on camera and do what you do, or I don't know who my people are, or the list goes on and on, right? Do any of these things sound familiar? Linda, Molly, anybody else on here, if you guys want to drop in some of your stories that you have. And this is actually something that I am super skilled at identifying as a coach. So inside of my program, Back to Center, sometimes people have stories and they don't know they have stories. And so this is one of my gifts, that I can see your bullshit and I will call you out very lovingly. So for my own self, I know that I had some huge stories around, I'm not supported, as in like my partner doesn't support me. I don't have enough help around the house. I don't have childcare. Bullshit story. I have to compromise in order to make money. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one, Molly. That's a good awareness. Not a good belief, but a good awareness. And I just want to say too, that like we get to be a gentle observer to these beliefs. So it's not something to be like, oh, I'm fucked up because I have these beliefs. Like, we all have limiting beliefs, and the key is to remove the shame from it. I know that can be easier said than done, but when we do that mirror work, like I was mentioning, where we stand in the mirror and we tell ourselves like, I love you, Kara. Like, I love you just the way you are. You're whole, complete, and perfect. I love you. I accept you fully. Even if you have this, limiting belief. Okay. So you do want to take radical responsibility for your limiting beliefs, but you also want to have deep compassion for yourself and know that your limiting beliefs literally come from the ego, and the ego's job is to protect you. And so at one point, it served you, Mally, for example, to have the belief, I have to compromise in order to make money. It was literally a survival mechanism that you had, and it served you. Now it no longer serves you, and you get to shift that, release that story, and expand beyond that, right? So what you have to do is you have to let your ego and your subconscious mind know that you are safe. It is safe for me to make money in a way that feels aligned for me, right? So that would kind of be a reframe that you could use. It is safe for me to do my aligned work and receive money. So, and you can tweak it and play with it until it feels really good for you. Definitely comes from my parents. Yeah, that's the thing. Most of our beliefs come from our parents. That's another thing, is we don't want to place blame on anyone. We can acknowledge where it perhaps came from, and we don't even always have to know where it came from. But we do want to take radical responsibility for still having the belief and choosing the belief, because it is a choice. So this is a really interesting part of the process, is to know that we are choosing these beliefs. And while that can feel a little like a little bit of a gut wrench or a stab to the heart, we also have the power to shift out and shift away from that belief. And yes, exactly, Molly, they were doing the best they could. Yes, because if you were to go back and look at your parents' lives and where they come from their grandparents, from your grandparents, etc., you can see the lineage of the beliefs and how they were just passed down from generation to generation, right? That's typically how these things work. And so that's why I talk a lot about, like, you get to break the cycle. It's really exciting work, and it's most likely what you're here to do. There's probably some things that you've already broken the cycles around. So make sure that you congratulate and celebrate and acknowledge yourself for doing that. And there's just still more work to do, and know that it doesn't all have to be done right now, because sometimes we can let that become something that feels overwhelming for us. But we don't have to choose to feel that way either. So let me go back to the ego and talk about how our limiting beliefs were protecting us. So the limiting beliefs were protecting our egos from losing love, safety, or belonging. So those are like the three key things that all humans need: love, safety, and belonging. And so a lot of times, I would say all the time, our limiting beliefs come from the ego protecting us from losing one of those three things: love, safety, or belonging. And it could even be a combination. Okay. So knowing that allows you to be like, oh, thank you, ego, for trying to protect me. And I am now safe, and I no longer need your protection. And I can choose to release this belief. And let's see. Do I want to go right into how we can release them? So I want to just remind you that you have the power, that you want to be the gentle observer and have such compassion for yourself that you, this gets to be a shame-free process. It does not have to be overwhelming. You can address one thing at a time, focus on shifting, releasing, and letting those things go. And now I do want to share one thing also quickly, is the thing about our bullshit stories and what they cause for us. So in the process of how this works is that our beliefs and our thoughts, right, which make up the stories, right? So a story is the same thing as a thought, right? And a belief is just a thought that you repeat over and over and over and over, right? So that then becomes like really ingrained in you. So our thoughts and our beliefs, those are what generate the feelings that we experience in the world. Okay? Our feelings are what lead us into the actions that we take, right? And the combination of our beliefs, our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions, those equal the results. I'm going to repeat that again for you guys. Our beliefs and our thoughts and our feelings and our actions equal the results. So it's like a little formula. And too often, we all do this. We want to go straight for the action, right? We want to go straight to the action part of this formula and we want to do something differently. That's not how it works. We have to back it up, because what's driving the action is the feeling. What's driving the feeling is the thoughts and the beliefs. Okay, so we have to like reverse engineer this. We have to start back at point A. We're starting at point like D. And that is like a cultural thing, right? We take so much pride in the doing, be busy, do, be productive, right? Congratulations, you have something to show for this. Now I applaud you and acknowledge you for doing this thing. And people who don't do the things, what do we call them? They're lazy, they're a fuck up, they're losers, whatever, right? Not true. They just have limiting beliefs. And that is probably causing them to be paralyzed or to self-sabotage, and to take poor actions, right? Make poor choices because of the beliefs and the feelings that are coming before this. So I love understanding this formula because it adds a whole other layer, I feel like, of compassion and understanding. So when we understand that our stories are just our beliefs or our thoughts, and that these stories are actually what are fueling the way we feel, the cool thing about that is that we get to choose a better feeling thought or shift out of that belief, okay? So you can use those by, you can do that with using affirmations, as we were talking about with Molly. You can do that through using tools like EFT tapping. You can sometimes even just journaling about a belief. Like when you write it down, you can just be like, that is so ridiculous that I even had that thought or that I have that belief, because I know that it's not true, and it can literally just shift really quickly. And then others are a little bit more ingrained and a little deeper. And so we might need support from a coach or a program. There's hypnosis, there's NLP. I also really like using, what's it called? There's like binaural beats, and that you can check out for free on YouTube. And I share all of these resources in my Back to Center program. I've been listening to subliminal messaging for years and years and years and years, and I love it. I've had some big shifts from that. And now that I'm in a certification program to become an NLP, hypnosis, and EFT practitioner, I am playing with some of those tools myself. Just to give you an idea of your options of how you can do this. And then there's also an identity exercise that I'm going to teach you guys today. It's an identity script, and this will help you reprogram some of those stories. So before we get to that though, let's talk quickly about how do you identify some of your limiting beliefs. I know sometimes when I've ran this program before, sometimes people are like, well, I don't even know what my limiting beliefs are. How do I figure out what those are? So there's a couple different ways you can do that. Actually, there's a lot of different ways. I'm going to talk about a few today. So first of all, you can take an inventory of your life. Hey, Lana, you can look at what is your current reality? This is a journal prompt. I want you to ask yourself this. What is your current reality? And you can look at the various different aspects of your life, okay? So what is the current reality as far as your financial situation? How much money is in your bank account? How much money is in your savings account? Now, how much money do you desire to have? And is there a gap? Is there a difference? So if there's a difference, if you desire to be making $10,000 a month, but you're only making $1,500 a month, there is some kind of limiting beliefs. There's some kind of story hanging out in there. Okay? It could be a variety of different things. It could be, I'm not worthy of having that much money. Like that you literally like might believe that I don't get to feel that good, or people like me don't make that much money, or people in my family. It could be, I'm not worthy of deserving that. It could be, I'm a fraud. I'm not capable of receiving that kind of money because I'm not actually an expert. It could be, it could just be that it's uncomfortable to, you know, maybe you make a lot of money, but you also spend a lot of money. So then the number in the bank account ends up equaling zero or even negative, right? So it could feel uncomfortable for you to receive and keep money. Something about that might not feel safe to you. I'm just thinking of a few that I myself have worked through or that clients have worked through. If anybody else wants to share, Lana or Linda, if you guys want to share any of your beliefs around money, I know this is vulnerable, but it does help everyone for you guys to share. So, and if you're catching this on the replay, please feel free to participate. We are all still here, and I will come back and comment and watch and help you guys work through any of this stuff. Okay, so if there's a difference from your bank account where you want it to be and where it is, you can start to play with what the belief is, right? What if I want it all? Yeah, you can have it all. Lana, you get to fucking have it all. I love that. I want it all. I want so many things. So, and maybe there's a shame for you around wanting it all, like to feel like it's selfish. You don't want to give anything up. That's fine. No, see, this is interesting. Nobody is saying that you have to give anything up. Why would you assume that you would have to give something up? That is probably a story for you, that you would have to give something up in order to have it all. So, kind of along the lines of what Molly was saying earlier before you hopped on, is that she feels like she has to compromise in order to have money. So, that's really interesting. I love it. Okay, so great awareness. So let's see. Okay, so if there's a gap in the money, maybe there's a gap in relationships, right? Maybe you desire a loving equal partnership, but right now it feels really one-sided and yucky and dysfunctional or toxic. Or maybe you just haven't even been able to like actually connect with a partner at all, and you don't have a partner, but you desire one deeply, right? So there's so many different things. So you can start to look at, what is my external reality and what is my desire? Oh, it keeps coming up. Lena says that I need to sell my house, but I don't want to, so I'm focused on keeping it and having it all. Perfect. Hello, Miss Sarah. Thanks for joining. Lana, I would ask you, do you actually believe that you get to have it all? That's the question. That's the question. If there is some doubt in there, then that is going to play a part in you being an energetic match to the thing that you desire. I'll talk more about that in a second. Okay, so take a look at where you are currently in your reality and where you desire to be and see the gap. So I did this exercise in my certification program and I was like, oh, there was a consistency issue. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize that I even had a belief that I didn't get to have the money I desired consistently. So that's a big problem, I don't want to say problem. That's a big issue, big challenge amongst entrepreneurs. Linda says, a limiting belief I have is that I can't make $10,000 per month with speaking and private one-on-one health coaching without a course or membership. I prefer not to do a group program. Okay. Yeah, so that feels pretty easy to shift around, but then you have to ask yourself. So here's a reframe for you on that. It's simply that I get to earn and receive $10,000 per month as a speaker and and health coach. Period. The end. There is no rule that you have to do a group program. No rule at all. In fact, one of my favorite coaches who does this. So Linda, you want to look for proof of people who are doing this type of business model that you desire. And Lacey Seitz is one of those people. She just works primarily one-on-one with her clients. She does run a mastermind, but she only takes 3 people at a time. But you wouldn't have to do that if you were doing speaking. However, Linda and I, we have a little bit of history. I happen to know Linda. She was in the Back to Center program for a very long time. And she was in it before it was even called Back to Center, and it was a different program. What is the consequence for you if you are making $10,000 per month as a speaker and a private health coach? What's the consequence for you? Because I feel like there's something else underneath of that. Linda, that's for you. Molly, I get to receive $10,000 per month as an author, speaker, and coach for parents and teachers. Love it. Yes. So, okay, we're going to get more into this. So hold on to those reframes, hold on to those affirmations and those I am statements, because we're going to apply those into an identity script here in just a minute. Okay. Okay, so we just wrapped up how our beliefs and our thoughts lead to our feelings trigger the actions that we take, and the combination of those equal our results. Awesome. Molly says, for me, it's financial freedom. Yes, love it. Okay, so we're going to step into that a little bit more. So the next step about this, remember, as I was saying, we always go straight towards the action part of the formula. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Right? So Linda, this applies for you too, right? Like, you're kind of focusing on the doing part of your business, but here's the part that I want to back it up. And this is a part of your identity, of your subconscious mind, that you will have to reprogram in order to shift out of these old bullshit stories. Okay. So I want you to ask yourself, this is called the Be, Do, Have. And, it's really simple. And I'm going to ask you some questions. So you guys are going to want to write this down. And I'm going to give you some extra questions. So, let me look at this so I don't miss anything. Okay. So I want you to answer, who are you? Who the fuck are you? Right? And so this is journal prompt question 1, and you guys can feel free to pop your answers below. This is part of your identity. I want you to tell me, who are you? Who are you right now? Next, go ahead and write this down. And you guys can come back and write these answers in later. It's totally fine. I will come back and check them and respond to them. Like, for example, like, who am I? Like, I am Kara Mendez. I'm a homeschooling mom of 5 kids. I am an entrepreneur. I am a intuitive coach and healer. I'm a fucking badass. I'm a wife. And let's see. Who else am I? Okay, I'm gonna read that in just a second. I teach women how to step into their power and their purpose, and how to simplify their life, shift their mindsets, and learn how to trust themselves and move forward with confidence and really create a life on their terms that they fucking love. So that is who I am. Okay. So, and I want you to, so there's the version of you that is now. Now I want you to think about the version of you. Well, let's back up a second. Let me ask you this. What is it that you desire to have in your life? And you guys can write this in the comments as well, right? So some of you have already said you desire 10K months. Some of you said speakers and coaches. I love it. That's amazing, right? What else do you desire to have? You know, you probably desire to feel a certain kind of way. Let's see what Linda says here. I would be, let's see, is it going to let me see this? Okay, yes. Linda says, I would be wasting the investment I made in creating a course and miss the opportunity to make more money with the current membership. I'll trade by running a group. Oh, okay. Okay. Yes. So Linda, yeah, but what if you didn't have to miss an opportunity to make more money by working one-on-one? So like, for example, like Lacey Sites, I think she like making like $400,000 a year. She works with about like 10 clients at a time. She does like VIP days. Oops, hold on, I didn't turn my do not disturb on. So anyhow, and she does this like really cool, like she really thinks outside of the box, and she charges like a percentage of the income you make while you're working with her. But her coaching fees are really, I would say, pretty like in the middle as far as like the coaching industry goes. Like they're on the higher end, but they're not like crazy. Let's see. Let me see what else we have. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Erica. Okay, so Linda says, I am Linda Roy, a spiritual being made of love and energy, as you all are. I unschool my teen, am married and getting lean and fit, and I'm starting a podcast in November. Love. Lana says, desire. She desires to be a world schooling mom, work online, making $10,000 a month, living and exploring the world, coming home and skiing, hiking, and experiencing relaxation. Love it. Okay, beautiful. So, yes. So desires and then who you are. Now, the version of you that already has what you desire, right? So, you would love that. Yeah. Well, Linda, when we decide that what we want is possible, then opportunities open up that we could not have seen before when we just decided it wasn't possible, right? So that's the really cool thing about just deciding, well, what if that was possible? And just taking like those steps in moving forward towards that, right? And the first one is what I'm about to teach you guys. Who do you need to be in order to have what you desire? Okay, so who do you need to be at an identity level? What are the characteristics that you need to embody? These are questions I want you guys to write down. What are the characteristics of the version of you that already has the thing you desire? Okay, so that already has the 10K months, the 20K months, that already has the clients, that already has the speaking gigs, right? That already has the relaxation, that's already traveling the world. Who are you being at that? If you already have insert desire, who would you be? What would you experience, right? All this time I had been wrestling with launching the group program. This is freeing. Beautiful. Yeah. So we always want to go for the thing that feels good for us, right? So if we're trying to like do something that feels like a no in our body, you're not going to be able to take forward progress towards it. So who would I be if I already knew 100% that I already had the thing I desire? Who would I be? So let me share with you. I'm just kind of riffing because this kind of changes for me often, but I do this exercise often, and it has literally helped me like quantum leap my income and my business over very short periods of time. So I would be confident. I would be committed as fuck. Committed as fuck. Remember I told you at the beginning, you have to be committed to this. I would take radical responsibility for my beliefs and my thoughts and my actions. I would be deserving and worthy, and I would be expansive. I would be, let's see what else. I would be like a money goddess. And I would be an energetic match to the things I desire. Okay, so these are just some examples. You might be a leader. I would be a badass. I would be unstoppable. This often comes up for me when I do this exercise. I'm like, I'm an unstoppable badass. Like, if I already had that, I would be being unstoppable, right? So the next part of this process is, if I already had the thing I desire, already knew it was done deal, what would I do? So the version of you that already has the 10K months, the speaking gigs, the clients, etc., the travel, that's doing the world schooling, traveling, what would she be doing? That version of you, what would she be doing? Right? She might be like chilling, relaxing, trusting. She would be in gratitude. She might have what are her habits? She'd probably have a gratitude practice. She would have a fucking self-care practice. She'd probably have a team. She'd have support. That might not be the doing part. What would she be doing? She would be allowing support. There you go. That's what she would be doing. She would be allowing herself support. What else? What else would you guys be doing if you already knew that you had the thing? You would be fucking coaching your clients. You'd be on the stage speaking, right? You would be loving your fucking life. If I already had my desires, I would be excited to wake up each day and get to sleep early so tomorrow will come sooner. I would finally be in my groove in a business the way I am in the rest of my life. I would have 2 homes, mountains and beach, that are beautiful places to live refreshed and invite guests to visit. I love that. Okay, so those are kinds of the things that some of those are things that you would be doing. So you would be going to bed earlier. You would be getting ample sleep. Yes, I love that. Sleep is so fucking important. I learned that the hard way. Let's see, what else would you be doing differently? You would be believing in your fucking self. You would not be doubting yourself. You would be so fucking confident, right? Like you would know, trust, and believe that everything you desire was already here, because it would be, right? And then even if you had new dreams, like you would just believe and trust that that is what you got to have. You would, maybe you would be doing your affirmations. You would be doing mindset work. You might be working with a coach, right? So what are the things that you think the next level version of you would be doing? The version of you that already has the things, okay? So those are some great journal prompts. I want you guys to keep working on those and post those in the comments. The next question I want you to answer is, you can write this down, is if I already knew that I had blank, insert desire, how would I feel? How would you feel if you already had everything you desire? This part is so crucial and so important. When you do this, I don't want you to just like write down words. I want you to literally feel it in your body, and I'm going to teach you how to do that here today too. So I'm going to give you an example of how I do this exercise. And I'm asking you guys to write this stuff down for right now, like write out all the answers. But as I do it in a daily practice, I typically don't write it down anymore. I did it first. But what I do now is I just do it, like I say it, like I riff it out loud. So just do what feels good for you. And that's something that you can actually use every day, because you do want to use this practice every day. You want to ask yourself these questions every day, and I'm going to tell you why in just a second. So the feeling state that I would experience, so just so you guys know, one of my goals right now is to hit 20K months. I also desire to have a really high level program with the retreat. I desire to run back to center multiple times a year, at least 3 to 4 times a year. I desire to also do speaking gigs. I desire to write a book. And I desire to also travel North America first with my country, and then the world. I'm also playing with the idea of having 2 homes. So when I think about having those things, and I desire to have a huge impact on the world, and knowing that I am supporting women like you, break the cycles, come home to yourself, learn these tools to help you shift into your most powerful self, like on a dime. I love that. And knowing that I can help support and facilitate transformation for other women who desire to live a life of freedom and travel and just be so fucking happy and joyful and the wholest versions of themselves is really exciting. And to help other women raise their vibration, and by doing that, that ripples out and affects the vibration of the whole planet, right? So these are some of my desires. Now, how that feels for me to think about that already being done, I am so fucking grateful. I'm so grateful. I feel so powerful. I feel loving and joyful. I feel so worthy, so deserving, so valuable. I feel like such a badass. I feel, let's see. I feel so aligned with my purpose, and I'm experiencing so much pleasure, and I just feel so good. So good in my body. I love it. And I'm just like, I feel like I'm just like radiating love and joy from myself. And I feel like my vibration is so high, and I feel like, again, like I feel unstoppable. I feel so proud of myself. There's so many things, right? So you can literally like write this out and get into this energetic state. So the key here is this feeling piece where you're like, yeah, like I am so fucking grateful to be serving these women. And I fucking love witnessing them transform themselves, and I'm so honored to be a part of their process. Like I actually like speak it as though it's already done until I like can feel it in my body. And literally when I do this, I can get the tears flowing. Like not every single time, so I don't, you don't have to be like perfect at it, but doing this helps you become a vibrational match, because in your mind, like you've already done it, and you're like experiencing it as though it's already done, and your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between like October 8th, 2019 versus October 8th, 2020 or 2021. Like it doesn't know the difference in time, space, reality. So this is a really powerful exercise. And so what you're doing is you're becoming an energetic match to the thing you want now. And here's the thing you desire. Let's say it's out here, and you're becoming an energetic match to it now. So you're starting to collapse the timeline on that. Okay. And this is where you can start to experience quantum shifts, quantum leaping, collapsing time. Okay. Time bending, they call it also. It's really, really powerful. So, and this is helping to reprogram the subconscious mind at an identity level. Okay. And so you can create like an identity script around this, right? So you can kind of pull in some of the affirmations that we used earlier, like, who am I? Well, I'm a fucking badass coach and healer. I'm a speaker and I'm an author. I'm a 20K, you could even, you throw in I'm a 20K per month speaker, an author. I always make time for myself. My children are well educated. I have so much fun with my family. I am present and engaged with my children. I have a deep intimacy and connection with my partner. I like love and accept myself fully. And I constantly, I am like detached from the outcome, and I always trust that the universe is working for my highest good. Something like that, right? And you just insert your own things that you desire, but you speak it to yourself as an identity script, as though it's now, as though it's already done, and that's who you are, and that is what your reality is. So this is really powerful, and you want to be able to say it, and like for you to be able to feel it in your body every single day. And if you can do it multiple times a day, you will start to see shifts faster. Okay. So let's see here. Linda says, I'd feel centered in my spiritual self, trust my inner guidance, and feel love, peace, and joy in all circumstances. Excuse me. Yes, there's been lots of sneezing. Excuse me. Linda says, I desire to inspire thousands of people by my example and with encouragement to eat whole plant foods, love themselves, feel spiritually centered, feel worthy, and do what lights them up every day. Fuck yes, Linda. I love that. So you can create a really like awesome identity script with that. You're like, I am a speaker and a coach, and I inspire, who makes $10,000 a month and inspires thousands of people by my, my own example. And you can just use that, right? And frame that. And so that is what you say to yourself every day when you wake up, when you go to bed. Lana says, thank you. You are welcome, love. And if you want to write your identity script in here, anyone, and I can help you kind of tweak it and make sure that you're bringing your most powerful energy, potent energy into it, and that you're writing it in the present tense, and that we don't have any negative things that we need to reframe in it. So please feel free to post those. I'm totally happy to coach you through that. Anybody watching this on the replay, anyone on this call now, and you can do it now or you can do it later. It's totally up to you. And obviously this is a tool that I myself use every day. I teach my clients in Back to Center to use this process. I teach this in my mastermind. So this is going to be part of the curriculum in Back to Center, and I'm super excited to bring this to you. It has literally helped shift so much in my own experience. And if you guys want to join me and have some support with us for 8 solid weeks, we're going to do 2-hour calls. There's going to be trainings. There'll be 6 trainings over the course of the 8 weeks. 2 of the calls will just be coaching calls. So we'll have some integration weeks built in there so everybody can kind of get caught up and ask any questions or just get some coaching on what's coming up for them that particular week. This is going to be an immersive experience. I'm going to be teaching the trainings live on the calls, kind of like this, but we'll be in Zoom. So there'll be a little bit more face-to-face interaction. And so 8 weeks, and let's see, all of the details. If you guys have any questions for me about it, we're going to start October 18th with the welcome call. So it's just going to be kind of like a quick, like getting to know each other and introduction to each other. And then the actual training calls will start the following week. I'm still playing with the times on that, and I might, depending on the group, I might even just leave those open to, it's either going to be Wednesday afternoons or Thursday mornings. So I'll let everyone who attends, like, we can do a vote on those, and we could even maybe alternate every other week, if just so that might work out for everybody. So I just want everyone to have access to it. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I'm really, really excited about this. I already have most of the content is written, but I have done like a big upgrade on it since I'm gone through some new trainings. I've been through a shaman training, and I'm going through an NLP training right now. So I have a lot of new things that I've learned, and I'm going to be sharing those things with you in the program. It's, like I said, lots of coaching. I priced it, I felt really reasonably. And if you guys jump in by the 10th, then you can save $222 off of the program. So yeah, I'm totally doing a little early bird. I will post the link for you guys in the group for anyone who wants to check out the details of the program. I have the whole curriculum. already set up in there, but let me walk you guys through it really quick because that is important. We are going to do, hold on, let me pull this up here so I can look at it. Oh, why do I keep typing it in that way? Okay, here we go. Okay. So this program is really for the women who just know they're here for more, and who are like the coaches, the healers, the light workers, and just want to be more aligned. Maybe you already have a business, maybe you want to start a business, and you feel like you're missing the foundations, or maybe you've already gotten started on your journey and things just feel a little chaotic and crazy, and you can't seem to get yourself grounded and centered, and things just feel really misaligned. That is who this program is for. So inside of the program, the first module we're going to be covering is going to be all about clarity. And I cannot even tell you how powerful this module is. I've literally seen women be in one line of business, and after doing this module, literally like choose a different business because they were like, holy shit, I am not in alignment at all with what I'm doing. And they go right into a whole new line of work that lights them up, that feels so fucking good and feels so easy, and they just start getting like results super fast. So this module, it seems really basic, but it's so fucking powerful. So powerful. And then module 2 is going to be mindset. So today we dipped into a little bit of that, but we will be doing a whole lot more. And you guys, there's worksheets and workbooks to come along with everything, as well as resources. So I give you links, and I'm going to recommend certain books that you can explore if you want to go deeper with particular topics. Some of the books are recommended reading because it's gonna really help give you an added layer to that foundation, right? Then we're going to talk about module 3 is self-care. I mean, you guys, if you don't know my story, I experienced adrenal fatigue, and I had to shift my whole entire lifestyle. And in order to take better care of myself, I had to believe that I was worthy and deserving of support and of feeling good. So I am a huge self-care advocate, and I will teach you how to do it in the most simple way that anyone can do, no matter your schedule and life. And it totally shifts your energy and so many things about you. You will love it. It just feels amazing to nourish and take care of yourself. So the next module is my latest and greatest passion, which is pleasure. Pleasure. So self-care kind of falls under pleasure, or pleasure falls under self-care, but it's something that I am super passionate about right now, and I had to add it in as a module, and so that you guys can explore it. And we're going to go deeper in here than we've ever done before. Something that I have been doing is taking my pleasure experience in life deeper. So I'm going to walk you through what I've been doing, and we're going to really play with being able to receive and allow so much more pleasure in our life. And you will get to experience how this translates into your power. Pleasure equals power. You probably didn't know that. I didn't. So it really does. When you feel good, you feel so much more powerful, unstoppable, so much more potent, and you become fucking magnetic. The more joy and pleasure you feel, and we're going to talk about so many different ways that you can do this, you just become a fucking magnet to more of the things that you want. It helps you become more of an energetic vibrational match to the thing that you want, which, as we know, per the law of attraction, is how we manifest, right? Okay. Module 5 is, I was calling it energy management. I think I'm changing it to energetic hygiene. So we're really going to identify and remove any of your current energy drains, and we're going to help you expand your energetic bandwidth to receiving more of what you want. And by doing this, it really is going to help make everything feel so much more easy, so much easier, right? Who doesn't want more ease? Energetic hygiene is the key here. And I teach you all kinds of tools on how to like cut cords and how to just like cleanse your energy really quick and how to protect your energy and all kinds of things. Linda says, I got to sleep in today and now in the bath. Date night with hubby later. Pleasure equals power. Fuck yes, sister. I love it. See? And then you get to teach your women the same thing. Like you get to teach your community the same thing. And then how amazing would it be if so many more women were in their pleasure and their fucking power? And they were doing and moving through their life with so much more ease and grace, and they had like clean, strong, powerful energy, right? Like how fucking potent would we be? Like what a fucking force to reckon with, right? Like who doesn't want that? Okay, so module 6 is going to be where we are really going to learn how to simplify the shit out of our lives. I cannot even tell you how this has fucking transformed my life and the lives of some of my clients. This is how you reduce your workload. We're going to really dive into the specifics of identifying what's essential and then learning how to delete what does not need to be on our plates, delegate what is not in our zone of genius, or how to automate things so that we literally don't have such a physical drain on ourselves or energetic drain, right? Because if things are automated, I mean, I knew the phone was going to ring. So sorry. It's just solicitors calling our other business line. Don't worry, I did not hang up on a client. So delete, delegate, and automate. Those are 3 things that you guys are going to learn to love and utilize, and they're going to be your best friends. And there is like a whole layer of boundaries inside of simplifying and even energy management. I mean, there's just so much, and we're going to really dive into the mindset components of each of these modules. We're going to really dig deep. We're going to, of course, like uncover and reframe and reprogram on a subconscious level and these beliefs. So then we can take different actions, and our actions are going to we're going to make things habits so that then it's just automatic and we don't even have to think about it anymore. It's just who we be. Right? So habits and the mindset piece have literally revolutionized my life. If you look at like all the most successful people in the world, they all have like bomb ass habits, and that comes from having a mindset shift around the actions that they're able to take. So we're going to really do a lot of work around this. And then I have a big bonus for you guys. I am adding all of the material, or most of the material. There's 12 months of training of no longer accessible content that I am including for free. So there's interviews on time bending, so time, like expanding time, collapsing time, writing sales pages, and so much more. Linda says, energy. I realized that as an outgoing introvert, running a Facebook group and course drained me of energy too much. Could have been how I was doing it. Yeah, that's, Linda, I would need more information. That would be something that we would have to talk about in the program. That's a good question. And we would have to dig a little deeper into that. So yes. So this is what is included with the program. I'm super fucking lit up about this. Like, I just know so many of us women in the world need this work. If we don't have a solid foundation, then we can't build these amazing lives that we really want without this core foundational work having been done. So that is what we are doing. Remember, you can save $222 until the 10th. So you've got 2 days left. I'll put the link and the coupon in the comments. I have some super affordable payment plans, you guys. I really want to make this accessible for everyone. So if you have any questions for me at all, post in the comments or feel free to private message me. I'm totally happy to chat about any concerns you might have, any questions you might have. Let's see, here's the details. The details are, we're going to have 8 weekly 2-hour group coaching calls. Okay. So where you will have opportunity to have a one-on-one hot seat with me. So you can bring your questions or issue that you're experiencing, and I will coach you through that on the call. And there will be recordings of these so you can watch later if you miss them, because if one person has the question, usually many people do. Again, there's going to be 6 training modules, which I just went over, and there's going to be 2 integration weeks. So probably like week 3 or 4, and then week 8 will be our integration weeks where we'll just do straight coaching and there won't be any additional trainings. Resources. So there are resources built into the worksheets where you can watch different videos that I suggest, read books, different things like that. I'll recommend things for you guys as we move throughout. We'll have our own private members only Facebook group. I am just so big on sisterhood community. I just think it's so powerful. All women need a sisterhood. So you can share your wins there in between calls. You can ask for support and you can receive guidance. And so I will be offering coaching in there in between calls for anything that comes up in the interim. And then again, you will get 12 modules of the bonus content. We talk about time bending, building community, sales page mastery, creative childcare solutions, growing your business with Facebook groups, and so much more. Let's see. Pricing options, everything is on the sales page for you guys, but the pay in full right now is when you use the coupon until the 10th, you can get the program for $666. If you do pay in full, you will get a 90-minute quantum transformation session with me. You can do a 2-pay option. I also have a, let's see, is it 4-pay? And then, or you can even join the mastermind and you would get the Back to Center program for free. So that's something that we would have to talk about privately though, but that is an option for you. Let's see. So yeah, so this is for you if you know you're here for more, but you can't seem to get out of your own way and really fulfill your purpose. If you seek balance between work and family, if you know you're willing to do the mindset work and take the inspired action to create the life you desire, then this program is for you. If you feel burnt out and you're on the verge of giving up, Back to Center got your back. If you're just tired of like spinning your wheels on your business and not getting the results that you want, this is where it starts. And if you want to build a business, but you're just not sure that you're capable, this is the answer. This is where you'll get your mind right and your habits right, and you're going to align your energy and align everything that you're doing. So, if anybody has any questions for me, let me know. I am happy to answer. And hello, Miss Cheryl. Thanks for joining us, catching us at the end. Okay. Let me see. I don't see any other questions, but let me look. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's it, ladies. Thank you all for hanging out with me and for sticking around. And I hope that you found so much value in this, and keep me posted on your progress with your daily identity scripts. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. And for anyone catching this on the replay, please do the work, take your notes, write down the questions I suggested, journal through those, and share those with us on the live. We would love to see what you're working with, and I'm happy to help you work through any limiting beliefs that you have, or identifying anything, or creating your own identity script so that you can collapse time on your dreams and your desires. Okay. And of course, I invite you all, if you feel called, to join us in Back to Center. Again, we start October 18th for the welcome call, and then the actual program itself starts the following Wednesday or Thursday, depending on what everybody votes on. Okay. I love you guys so much. So excited to be welcoming any of you into the program. Have a lovely, lovely day, and I will see you again. I'm going to do another training on Friday. And let me just remind myself of what the topic is, because there's 3 of these trainings. I can't remember the title of the next one. Pardon me. I'll tell you in just a second. Okay. Oh, yes. Embrace putting you first. I thought it was something, it's self-care and kind of pleasure. We're going to talk about that. So that's going to be on Friday, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be here. And then we'll do the next training is going to be next Tuesday, October 15th, also at 2 p.m. It's going to be all about letting it be easy. Okay. We're going to talk about simplifying. All right. I love you guys. Thanks so much for joining. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Talk to you later.